95% of teenagers use social media. More than a third of them use it almost constantly. This isn't a hobby, it's a habitat. It is the baseline experience for an entire generation, the background radiation of modern life. But this constant connection has coincided with a startling change, a change happening inside your own head. In just the last decade, our average attention span has collapsed. It fell from 13 seconds down to only 8. That is officially less than the attention span of a goldfish. This is not an abstract threat. We can see it in our own online behavior. In 2004, people spent 2.5 minutes on a single web tab. They would read. They would absorb. Today, that number is just 47 seconds. 47 seconds before we get distracted. 47 seconds before we feel the need to switch. This is a documented collapse in human focus. So the mystery is not that this is happening. It is happening to you right now. The real puzzle is how. Platforms built for connection became masters of distraction. They evolved into engines designed to re-engineer attention. This wasn't an accident. It was a strategy. It was engineered. Early social media had one simple job. It connected you with your friends. You saw their posts in the order they happened. This system was the chronological feed. But this created a major business problem. Sometimes, your friends were just offline. The content stream would simply run dry, and you would have no reason to stay. So the platforms engineered a new solution. They created the algorithmic feed. Think of it as a bottomless stream of content. It's not what your friends post. It's what the system predicts will hold your gaze. This kept you scrolling. But watching is not the same as participating. So they introduced a simple, powerful incentive: social rewards. The like, the share, the retweet. These digital nods of approval felt good. They acted as a powerful feedback mechanism. They were especially effective on new users. A study found likes massively increased their posting. It taught them the rules of the game. It's why 95% of teens now use social media, with a third using it almost constantly. But here, the system shows its true purpose. The platform's most frequent users behaved differently. They posted at the same high rate, no matter how many likes they received. We think we understand the danger. It seems to be about the sheer amount of time. Some studies suggest a clear, dangerous line. Spend over 3 hours a day on social media. You could double your risk for depression and anxiety. So the popular response seems obvious. Parents enforce strict screen time limits. An app timer hits 0 and the phone goes dark. Problem solved. But the latest research shows this is wrong. It's a complete misunderstanding of the core issue. The data reveals a jarring incongruity. Hours spent on screens did not predict mental harm. The real driver of poor mental health is different. Researchers call it problematic social media use. This is a specific, diagnosable form of addiction. It's not about the clock. It's about the compulsion. It's the feeling you can't log off. The need to check your phone again and again. In 2004, you focused on a web page for minutes. Today, that number has fallen to 47 seconds. We are being trained for constant, frantic switching. That compulsive behavior isn't an accident. It is an engineered dependency. Social media platforms are built on one biological resource. That resource is your brain's dopamine reward system. Every like and comment triggers a small chemical release. That feeling of pleasure is a carefully designed hook. It keeps you scrolling, but your brain adapts to this constant stimulation. Its dopamine regulation begins to change over time. This process reinforces addictive tendencies. Neurologically, this is not a new pattern. It mirrors how the brain becomes dependent on a substance. Its delivery system is the social reward. A simple notification provides a tiny, reliable reward. This very strength creates a profound vulnerability. It creates a physical dependency. This is not a metaphor. It is physical evidence. A comprehensive analysis examined 40 neurophysiological studies. It found something disturbing in heavy social media users. They had decreased gray matter in a specific region. That region is the prefrontal cortex. This is your brain's control center. It governs impulse control and decision-making. The damage was familiar to researchers. The pattern was identical to that of substance abusers. The prefrontal cortex is the same brain region physically damaged by cocaine use. It often starts with a familiar human feeling, a pang of stress, or loneliness. So you reach for your phone and open an app. It promises a vast, connected community. It feels like a solution in that moment. Over a third of teens seek this solution almost constantly. They are all searching for that same connection, but the platform doesn't deliver genuine connection. It delivers an endless stream of curated lives. Our attention span on a single tab has dropped to 47 seconds. We just scroll from one perfect life to the next. Perfect vacations, flawless selfies, career highlights. You inevitably start comparing your life to their feed, your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Suddenly, your own world feels inadequate. This process worsens the feelings you tried to escape. The app was meant to cure your isolation. A meta-analysis by Shannon et al. Named this problem. They call it problematic social media use. It has a significant link to depression and anxiety. Now you are trapped in a dangerous feedback loop. The tool you use to feel less alone is the very thing that deepens your loneliness. The escape has become the cage. It starts not with technology, but with emotion. The platform promises connection but delivers comparison. Social media's marketing is built on two words. It's about connection and community. These platforms promise to bring the world closer together. They present themselves as neutral tools, a digital town square for the modern age. This is their official story. Adolescents spending over 3 hours a day face double the risk. The risk is poor mental health outcomes. This includes documented symptoms of depression and anxiety. Yet other research clarifies a key detail. The danger isn't total screen time. It is addictive use specifically. The platforms release statements about well-being, but their core business model depends on maximizing engagement. They use social rewards like likes to hook new users. For frequent users, the habit is already formed. They continue posting without needing those same rewards. The compulsion becomes its own reward. This business model has rewired human focus. In 2004, the average time on a tab was over 2 minutes. We assume the rush from a like is simple positive feedback, a harmless digital pat on the back. But that is not where the real addiction is engineered. It comes from the unpredictability of that reward. This principle has a clinical name: intermittent variable rewards. Psychologist B.F. Skinner's experiments in the 1950s demonstrated this. He trained pigeons to compulsively press a lever for food. The pigeons pressed most when the food arrived randomly. Not every time. The platforms are not just giving you rewards. They are deliberately withholding them, delivering them on an unpredictable schedule to maximize your compulsion to check, again and again. The result, more than a third of teens use social media almost constantly. Studies show decreased gray matter density in the brains of heavy users. This happens in the prefrontal cortex, the same brain region affected by cocaine use. The shadow truth is not that social media is accidentally addictive. It is an intentionally engineered Skinner box, and you are the subject. In 2004, the average person could focus on a single web page. Their attention held for about 2.5 minutes. Today, that number has plummeted. It is now just 47 seconds. We search for a simple reason. We look for a bug in the system, a secret waiting to be uncovered. But the system is not broken.